Oh my God, I bought a condo and my condo fees are insane. An absolute scam. I can guarantee it. We're going to talk about that today. So many people have been asking me this. Are condo fees a scam? Are condo fees a scam? Why would anyone pay condo fees? How ridiculous is that? So we're going to dive into it. I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to know. If you own a condo, if you're thinking about buying a condo, anything you need to know, I will let you know right now. Get a coffee, get a notepad. See you in 2 seconds. Love the way you ride. Look into my eyes, say you're ready to go. Mangan, I'm a realtor here in Toronto, beautiful Toronto. Love living in Toronto. Please like and subscribe, share these videos, share them with everyone, share them with your auntie, share them with your best friend. Let them know my name. And yes, of course, condo fees are a scam. The end of the video. See ya. No, they are not a scam, okay? Condo fees are not a scam. I know they can seem like they're a lot of extra money onto your payment. Trust me, I believe a lot of buildings you will see, like the popular buildings that everyone kind of wants to buy and everyone wants to live in, they'll have condo fees in Toronto somewhere between $300, maybe $450, maybe touching the 500. Those are low condo fees in general. A lot of them will be new builds. A lot of construction guys and workers, and especially salespeople and marketers, know that people don't want extra condo fees. They don't want really high costs. They don't want these contributing to their monthly costs, which are already going through the roof with the price of living and the price of everything in Toronto. Okay, people are trying to keep their monthly payments low. So they basically don't include a certain amount of things that maybe should be included to get that condo fee lower so that you're more enticed to buy it. Because what people will do, if you look at my video on interest rates and mortgage payments, how they affect the market, they will get their mortgage. They will look at that and they'll be like, well, hang on a second. I'm already paying like $3,000 a month on my mortgage payment. And you expect me to pay another $800 in condo fees? And I'm not even getting anything for the $800. Like, total scam. This whole thing's a hoax. Okay, it's not. So what are condo fees? Condo fees are for essential services and recreational services and added maintenance that go into taking care of a building. So if you buy a building with really nice recreational facilities and that require a lot of maintenance, you will pay higher condo fees because you live in that building that has those nicer recreation services and require more maintenance. Okay, so the owner chooses these condo fees more or less in that sense. Okay, so don't be mad that you have access to a gym and a pool, a beautiful garden, a rooftop deck, and all these other things, and you're paying higher condo fees. Okay, because that's what the money goes towards. Now, there is certain condo boards. Well, let's talk about condo boards for a while, actually. So that's what your condo fees pay for. Okay, and added to that, they do include utilities most of the time. In Toronto specifically, usually water and sewer are included, your gas is included, and your hydro, which is also electricity, is not included. Okay, the hydro and electricity costs in Ontario are quite expensive, so people try and just leave people pay that themselves because they can get very, very high. But they leave your heat included, which is your gas, and you'll have your water and sewer included. Sometimes there's other things included as well. Sometimes they include cable TV and Wi-Fi in some buildings, not in all buildings. So that's kind of just a brief summary of our condo fees. What happens is, in a building, when a building's established, there has to be a condo board. The condo board usually has to be made up of people who live in the building, actual owners who live in the building. They don't always live in the building. Sometimes they rent somewhere else, but it's usually owners of the building. Sometimes there's construction people on there. Most time there's not. So your condo board is made up of people who own in the building. Okay, so they're motivated, just like you are, to try and keep their costs down. However, they also want to maintain the value of the building. So to maintain the value of the building, you should have, a nice building that's well taken care of, that looks really good, that is really clean. Maybe it has nice recreational facilities that are also clean and nice and not broken down. Maybe it has a nice gym. Maybe there's a nice co-working space area. Maybe there's a nice rooftop deck. Like all these things, there's nice plants at the front. All these things kind of contribute to the value of a building. So your condo board, again, made up of owners, so people like you who are going to buy a condo or maybe already buy a condo, are making up the actual condo board. They're the people who set your fees. Okay, they actually make up your fees that you have to pay. It's not like some imaginary or like third party that's got nothing to do with your building that are saying you have to pay this price because we just said so. They're made up of the owners of the building and investors who are part of the board that are trying to keep their own costs down as well as maintain the value of the building. So that's where there's a lot of balance that kind of comes into it. So just keep that in mind in terms of your condo fees are dictated by your condo board. Now, they base a lot of decisions on the condo fees, like I just said, nice maintenance, recreational stuff, all the kind of different things like that. However, they'll also, depending on the timeline of the building, they need to get engineering reports. Okay, so you need to pay an engineer to come in. That might come out of your reserve fund. Your reserve fund is part of your condo fees as well. You usually have a small portion of your condo fees that contribute to the reserve fund. So that's stuff in case of an emergency and for stuff in case of damage, maintenance. So if the building eventually needs new windows, which 100% it will, windows don't last forever. You're talking maybe 30, 40 years would be like a good lifespan of a window. They will need to be replaced ultimately, so your reserve fund will go towards them. Maybe the roof of your condominium needs to be repaired or redone. Your reserve fund should pay for them. So these are important, structural elements, and they may come down from an engineering perspective that need to go into your condo fees, need to be attributed to. If you don't have enough in your reserve fund, what happens is you get what's called a special assessment assessed for each owner, usually based on how much square foot you own in the building. So if someone who owns a studio that's 400 square feet, they'll pay less in condo fees and in your special assessment for someone who owns, a 2-bedroom plus den that's 900 square feet in the same building. That's just how it works. So a special assessment then would be like a one-time or maybe a quarterly payment or maybe an added monthly payment to fix some issue. So if a building has issues, like if it's something major, if there's like a major plumbing and HVAC problem, you may get a special assessment that will have you pay for all of that. So it may be a total of like $5,000 per unit, just let's say, for example. So that's where the special assessment comes in. A great condo board will hopefully plan for special assessments by having a good reserve fund. So they'll have accountants that manage the amount of money you have, because basically it's like it is a little community, and you have to balance your budget to make sure all these things kind of work inside your building. So all your maintenance, you got supers, you got concierge, 24-hour staff you got to pay, maybe there's parking stuff you got to maintain, maybe there's buildings on the landscaping on the outside you got to maintain, all these different sort of factors. So condo fees are not a scam. It would be easier to hate them if they were, but they're definitely not a scam. They're part of your building, and your condo board is nearly always made up of owners and investors in the building that are trying to keep your costs down, but all trying to balance the value of the building. So don't always get mad at these high condo fees. Sometimes there's a reason why they are high. And yes, of course you're correct, because I know you're thinking this right now. Some boards are managed really poorly, and it is not your fault, and you can get mad at those people. Okay, that does happen. Unfortunately, there's human error. Sometimes the wrong presidents get voted in. But you can go to your condo's AGM. You can vote for a new president. You can get the people out of there, and you can go in there yourself and take a look at the finances, see if you can lower the condo fees. You can do all that stuff. You're in control as an owner, or at least you can be in control. Okay, you can put yourself in that position to get on the board and even lower your own condo fees if you want to put yourself that way. It's almost like being a politician, like a little mayor. So that video again, my name is Conor Mangan. I work as a realtor in Toronto. I love living in Toronto. So like and subscribe and share, and we'll talk to you next time. Hopefully not about more scams and condos.